What's up, guys? Welcome back to another Destiny 2 Forsaken weapon review video. In today's video, I'll be going over the new Iron Banner Pulse Rifle, the Claws of the Wolf. Let's quickly go over the perks that I have on mine. So it comes with rapid fire frame, which deeper ammo reserves, slightly faster reload when magazine is empty, 2 barrel options, arrowhead break, greatly controls recoil and increases handling speed. And then we have extended barrel, increases range, decreases handling speed, and then moderately controls recoil. 2 magazine options, we have a pendant mag, which increases the mag size, and then we have high caliber rounds, which staggers targets and slightly increases range. And then first trait column, we have outlaw, precision kills, greatly decrease reload time, and then we have full auto for the second column, which holding down the trigger will fire this weapon at full auto. So here's a summary of my thoughts on the perks that I have. So first I will go over the barrel. So I went with arrowhead break over extended barrel. Yes, extended barrel can increase that range a lot, but I definitely want to keep my handling speed up. This thing does not have a lot of handling speed, which means I will take a lot of flinch from enemy fire, and I definitely want to be able to drop people, especially with this rapid fire type of pulse rifle. Moving on to the mag, I went with high caliber rounds over a pendant mag because of the increase to range, right? Everybody likes range. So I understand that they don't allow for a lot of flinch anymore, like high caliber rounds don't. And a pendant mag wouldn't be bad considering the smaller mag size on this pulse rifle, but I think range is a little more important when it comes to certain activities. Trait column number 1, mine comes with outlaw, which is fantastic considering the reload speed is pretty slow to begin with. All I have to do is hit a headshot and boom, get that instant reload essentially. Trait number 2, mine comes with full auto, which is great for these faster firing pulses because it takes my mind off of having to pull the trigger. I know I know you can probably easily pull the trigger on this thing and whatnot and keep it up, but I know for some sidearms you can't really do that. So if this was a slower RPM pulse, I wouldn't recommend using full auto, but since it is the rapid fire frame, full auto is not a bad perk to use. For mods, I put on a counterbalance mod considering that the recoil direction is it's not that good, it's not that vertical on this archetype of pulse, and being able to line up my shots easier when aiming for the chest neck area and then pulling the trigger, which that shot will lead up to the head, is going to optimize my DPS on a lot of different targets. So the masterwork, mine has a range masterwork, which is the best option to have on this type of pulse considering the range is not that good. I would say versus some of the slower rate of fire pulses that come with really great range. But other good masterworks would be either, I would say, stability or handling. PvE wise, I don't have any footage, but I can say that with the right roll, you could get a PvE god roll. There's a vendor roll apparently that comes with high caliber rounds, rampage, and outlaw, which is one of the best rolls to have, especially for PvE, right? High caliber rounds to constantly stagger adds, rampage to put out great DPS and clear out all those hordes of adds that you probably need to take care of, and outlaw to optimize reload speed to keep rampage up at ×3. It's like the pulse rifle version of the Midnight Coup from year 1 of Destiny 2, which is the Leviathan raid hand cannon with outlaw and rampage, right? That thing was godly. So outlaw and rampage put together, crazy. So some perks you'd be looking for in a PvE god roll would be any barrel perk that gives you good stability. There's a lot of options, so pick the one that makes you feel comfortable, in my opinion. I don't think a lot of barrel options they don't really matter in PvE as much as PvP, so just find one that gives you the most stability. For magazine, high caliber rounds, extended mag, but only use extended mag if you have outlaw paired with it, because that slow reload speed will kill you in the end. Alloy mag wouldn't be bad, and a flared mag well wouldn't be bad either. For trait column number 1, there's rampage and outlaw. Those are really the only 2 good perks to have in that trait column number 1, which is funny because in trait column number 2 you also have outlaw and rampage, which is freaking hilarious. So I'm assuming you can't get double outlaw or double rampage. That'd be funny, but I'm assuming they made it to where you can't do that. So some others in trait column number 2 are also kill clip and high impact reserves. So in general, I think pulses have gotten a good buff in the PvE sandbox, so maybe it's time to try out some of those PvE god rolls you've been hoarding up. PvP, in the Crucible, this thing can shred. I'm not saying mine's a complete god roll, it could definitely come with some better perks, but it performs well in my opinion. Having that extra range from high caliber rounds and the masterwork is good, plus I believe full auto can keep this thing more consistent because you're focused on where your shots are going versus worried about pulling a trigger. Again, I know some people have a problem with that, I know some people don't. Do have a problem, they don't have a problem, but that's just me. I just felt super good with my roll because I play aggressively, and some of the faster RPM weapons can perform well at close and medium far ranges. So I low-key might make a video going over my aggressive loadout that I use because this gun is currently in one of the slots that I use for my aggressive build. So just let me know if you guys want to see an aggressive loadout for me, because I definitely have a few that I could give you guys. So some god roll perks to have on a PvP god roll would be barrel perk that gives you an even amount of range, stability, and handling. Obviously, my stability is not that high, and my handling's like fairly good. Range is probably obviously the biggest stat on mine, but you definitely want an even amount of those things just to make sure you can control flinch, hit at a good range, and control the recoil with the stability, right? So magazine perks that you'd be looking for are ricochet rounds, which obviously give you a boost to range and stability, or flared magwell, which is the only other perk that actually gives you stability, plus gives you some fast reload speed, which is good. Trade column number 1, perks like head seeker. Obviously, you hit chest, you hit the head, you do more damage to the head. Slide shot, which when you slide, reload your magazine, and gives you a boost to range and stability, which is pretty good. I know on shotguns it's amazing, so I don't think, obviously it's probably not going to be as good as it would be on a pulse rifle, but I think it would help out with that range stability factor. Or you can use something like Outlaw like me, get that fast reload speed. For trade column number 2, perks like, again, Outlaw would be good, get that fast reload speed. Kill clip especially, man. Kill clip is obviously the best perk in PvP. Getting that kill, reloading, doing a little bit, not a little bit, doing a good amount of extra damage on enemies, be able to drop them faster, is great in a PvP setting. Rangefinder would be good as well, considering the range on this thing isn't good. Plus, if you want to lower your range back down and increase stability and handling speed, all you have to do with Rangefinder is that, oh, guess what? You aim in, you get 25% more range. That completely compensates for that, which is good. Or you can use full auto like myself for that last trade column. So going over Gambit, is Claws of the Wolf good in Gambit? Overall, I'd say yes, but how effective can we make it, right? Obviously, it can drop plenty of ads quickly if you get a decent PvE god roll like we mentioned before, but my concern is on the PvP side, right? Considering most of your invading/invader engagements are at longer distances, I don't think it could compete with any scout or lower RPM pulses that have a really good range. I'm not saying it'd be bad if you have a PvP or a PvE god roll or anything like that. I'm just saying I think you're going to get outranged, in my opinion. Like, I think you probably could take out some people, but there's some other weapons that can probably take you out first, especially like Sleeper. Sleeper can map anybody, especially if you're in your super as well. Like, it's super unfortunate to say, but that's just how it is right now in the Gambit sandbox, right? So if you get within a close enough range, you could take out a few enemy Guardians, but if you're getting too close, they'll run up with shotguns, right? It's a 1v4 essentially, and yes, you can see them, they can't see you, but still, if somebody comes up behind you and you can't see them, you're going to get dropped by a shotgun. Like, it's going to happen. Escalation Protocol shotgun's coming right up there. So it's definitely a risk-reward situation, especially with this, but I'd say that it'd be better for the PvE side of Gambit. Finally, my ranking is an 8 out of 10. Overall, this weapon has a lot of perk options that allow 4 god rolls on both the PvE and PvP side. That's what I really like about it. Like, obviously mine's not a complete PvP roll, but you can get a complete god roll, right? And I think it's probably one of the better, faster RPM pulse rifles that we've gotten so far within Destiny 2 itself. In my opinion, the faster RPM snipers aren't as good as some of the other archetypes currently. Obviously, the adaptive frame ones completely destroyed, like things like Bygones, and Inaugural Address, the Leviathan Raid pulse rifle with kill clip. Those things can melt people very quickly. I don't think it's as good as those, but they still can perform well and do some work. Alright guys, that's my review over the Claws of the Wolf Iron Banner pulse rifle. If you want to help support me, there'll be a link below. Say best way to support me. I'll take you to a 4-minute video. If you want to go check that out, that'd be awesome. But if you don't want to do that, you can always like this video, subscribe to the channel, share this video, turn that notification bell next to subscribe if you want to be notified when I drop some new content on the channel. And then comment what y'all want to see below. Again, making content for you, whatever you guys want to see, I will try to get out there as quickly as possible. Also, we have the Discord link below. There's no requirements to join or anything stupid like that. We also have some chats going about Destiny 2 Forsaken, some other upcoming games like Division 2 and Anthem as well. Also, we have some voice chats. I know for myself, I'm on Xbox, so I can talk to y'all who are on Xbox. But if you're on like PS4 or PC, just message me on Discord, and then we can talk it up in the voice chats, which would be pretty awesome. Alright guys, hope you enjoy this video. We'll catch you next time.